Hey everybody, it's episode 8, actually episode 8 of Wheel Trouble's Let's Play Battletech. Um, Looking into our second mission right now, and we're going to have to adjust the crew a little bit because my last mission, the injuries would take a little bit longer to heal than I would like, and so in order to keep costs down, I'm going to go ahead and just hire somebody and run them, and grow them up a little bit so that we don't spend so much time waiting for people to heal in the medical bay. Battle mechs tend to take a little bit less time to get back up and running too, so we'll kind of play it by ear on those. But yeah, so here we go. This is the person who seems to be the best candidate willing to work with me, and this person's name is Lyric. They're basically a recruit. Not very good at anything quite yet. Fairly well-rounded. We can do just about anything we want with them. And let's see, Periphery Commoner. The life of a commoner is much the same throughout the Periphery, where conflict and limited resources make for a hard-scrabble existence with few opportunities. Technical school. As the infrastructure of the Star League slowly decays, the skill to repair and maintain the machines that sustain life on many marginal worlds is highly valued. And that's really all Lyric's got going. But we're going to go for it. Ridiculously high hiring fee, but that's okay. It's only going to get more expensive as time goes on, as you can see on some of the other prices in the background. Anyway, this is Lyric. Welcome to the crew, Lyric. Okay, you guys kind of missed the weird screen there. It said Contact the Rimward Frontier. That was the nice black screen here, and that's all you've missed. So, here we go. Executive Officer, Darius speaking. Alright everybody, gather round. After our last talk, I bit the bullet and started fishing around for uncertified contracts, and I repeat, might, have caught us something. Who's the client? Unknown. She didn't ID herself in the message. She claims to be a member of the Canopian elite. She says that she's got a big job lined up, and she wants us for it. Us specifically. She called the commander out by name. Now, got some options here. I guess the name Trouble still means something out in the magistracy. Good grief, that's a tongue twister of a word. Hey, looks like our luck has finally changed. She's got good taste in mercenaries, whoever she is. Ooh, this one's a tough one. Let's go ahead and use I guess the name Trouble still means something out in the magistracy. I'd like to believe that's true, boss, but I'm not sure I want to bet my life on it. You're certain this client isn't really a bounty hunter? 'Cause I can list off about 5 different banks that'd all love to repossess this ship. We're shopping for uncertified contracts behind the review board's back, Yang. Hell no, I'm not certain. But for what it's worth, I can confirm that she's rich. She reached out to us with a priority HPG message, and those things ain't cheap. Okay, you guys need to know what HPG is, that's part of the lore. Hyperpulse Generator. The Hyperpulse Generator, or HPG, is a device capable of sending terabytes of compressed information from one point to another faster than light speeds. All modern HPG arrays are owned and operated by Comstar. Anyway, so instant communication across, entire galaxies. Gotta be rich to use it. Really expensive internet, guys. Let's see, rich is good. I like rich. We'll meet with this new mystery client, but that's all we do until we've heard her pitch. Sounds like a step in the right direction, at least. We'll meet with this new mystery client, but that's all we do until we hear her pitch. That's fair, Commander. We need to follow up on this, but that doesn't mean we can't be cautious. A meeting is just a meeting. What's the worst that could happen? Have you seen us? Our new client vents us out the airlock, and our corpses spend the rest of forever tumbling through the icy vastness of space? Little ray of sunshine there, Yang. Oh yeah, I guess we'd get that too out in space. Solar radiation and all. Thanks for that delightful image, Yang. Look, Wheel, I'll admit, this is sketchy as hell, but it's also the best lead we're likely to find. If you want to follow up, plot a course to Bellerophon. The client will be waiting. The contract to meet with our Canopan mystery client is ready for review in the command center. Take a look when you're ready, Commander. Our mech warriors have picked up a fair amount of combat experience over the last few drops. Head to the barracks to review their dossiers and direct their training. And don't forget, you can check on the state of our finances from the terminal in your captain's quarters. If you ever want to change our mercenary company's name or symbol, you can do that from there too. Yeah, we know that, Darius. Thank you. Okay, and we're already at Bellerophon, so meeting the mystery client won't take any time. The question is, do we really want to just dive in? Personally, I'd like to go ahead and get a little bit heavier of a lance here, if at all possible, first, before I start diving into that. Anyway, I'm going to do some behind-the-scenes stuff, and I'll pick the video back up once I actually decide to meet with the mystery client, or if I get any more cutscenes. Again, that's contact, and yeah. So anyway, see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, I'm back, and decided that while I could keep taking on these smaller missions, trying to build up, I'm just going to go ahead and move forward, because I'm not really making much financial headway. Probably could by doing patrol in this ordnance depot capture, but it is what it is. So, let's going to go ahead and jump into Benefactor. Our mystery client is waiting for us at Bellerophon, Commander. Like I said, I can't personally vouch for her, but she's rich, and her credentials seem to check out.
By your command.
We don't even get to negotiate this one. We go straight in. And I'll let you guys kind of enjoy these little cutscenes, because I'm not going to show them too often. Nobody was injured. No mechs to repair from my last little bout. And sadly, I flew all this way and didn't have any single additional contracts after the one I'd taken, so it was kind of a dead end on me. Bad financial move on my part. And here we go.
Undocked from jump ship. We're clear.
Sorry if that seemed a little bit jumpy. For some reason, my recorder and the game aren't jiving.
We've entered orbit.
I might try to record it again, give you guys a better view of it. We've arrived at Bellerophon, Commander, ready to proceed with our current contract. Let's do it. Benefactor, in orbit, Bellerophon. Ana Maria Cantrella. Mr. Oliveira, thank you for honoring my request to meet. I am Ana Maria Cantrella. Boy, that's a tongue twister. You've heard of my family, I'm sure. Lady Centrella. I'm sorry, guys. Wow, okay. This is a surprise. I wouldn't expect a member of the Canopian royal family to even know who we are, let alone approach us in such a non-traditional manner. This isn't a traditional contract, and I don't need Comstar asking questions. Besides, there's no reason to involve the Mercenary Review Board. I already know that I want to hire you. Have I piqued your interest, Commander Trouble? Okay, and you guys can see the three options here. And my knee-jerk reaction is the middle one here. My interest? Sure, but I need to hear details before I'm willing to commit to anything. You know what? No, let's go with the top one. I'm always eager to make money. I'm pleased to hear it. The job that I have for you is a relatively simple one. I need you to recover something for me, and I need it done quietly. In exchange for your services, I will pay down the interest on your rather sizable loans, and buy you the breathing room you've been looking for. How do you know about... You know what? It doesn't matter. Just tell us what we're supposed to be recovering. This. Lady Centrella's image is replaced on the screen by a grainy photograph of an enormous grounded dropship. Ramshackle structures cling to it like barnacles. She's a derelict vessel, an Argo, one of only 2 ever made. For over 200 years, she's been lying in state on Axillus, a pirate moon in the heart of the frontier. I want her, and you are going to bring her to me. Yeah, and how exactly are we supposed to do that? I mean, that is a big ship, and she looks half cannibalized for parts. Look, you can see her ribs in the photo. And I'm as I'm as enthusiastic about money as the next guy, but I'm a mech tech, not an aerospace engineer. I'll be damned if I can get that thing flying again. Relax, Mr. Vertinen. I have an engineering staff on hand to attend to the Argo. Their leader, Dr. Farah Murad, has built quite a reputation for herself in the frontier. You'll find a jump ship waiting for you at Alloway. It will carry you to the pirate moon, where you'll clear a path to the crash site. Dr. Murad and her team will go to work on the derelict, and you will protect them until the work is done. This should all be well within your capabilities, Commander Trouble, unless I've come to the wrong company, of course. Let's see. We have the background we can fall back to. You don't work on the frontier without learning how to deal with pirates. I can handle the job, no sweat. So what I'm hearing is you want us to play babysitter while a bunch of gearheads fix a ship. That one's kind of a cute one. I might do that. Sounds relatively straightforward job, should be within our capabilities. I like that middle one. It's a little bit sassy. That's what I love about you mercenaries. You're so refreshingly straightforward. And it appears we do have an understanding. Do the job well enough, and there will be other opportunities waiting upon your return. Mr. Oliveira will never find you a better opportunity than the one I'm offering, Commander Trouble. I can promise you that. She isn't wrong, Wheel. We're looking for a lifeline, and this is as close as we're gonna get. Let's see, we can handle anything. Okay, you got yourself some mercenaries. This feels too good to be true, but I don't see what choice we've got. Okay, Lady Centrella, you've got yourself some mercs. Very good. I'll forward your contract to Mr. Oliveira. Your reputation as a freelancer is well known within the magistracy, Commander Trouble. I hope that you live up to it. Alright, the contract for Lady Centrella's derelict recovery job is ready for review in the command center. We should follow up when you think you're ready. Okay, so from here we can go to command center, and let's take a look at some things. Contract includes travel to Alloway, and this contract goes to Detroit. So, let's head on. Okay, travel to Alloway and dock with the jump ship. You'll find waiting there. It will carry you to Exilus, the pirate moon where the Argo crash landed centuries ago. Further details on the job will be provided upon your arrival. It pays $1 million, and the salvage is 3 select out of 14. And they don't actually let us negotiate this. This just jumps straight in. The story missions tend to be that way. I haven't found any mention of Exilus on our star map, Commander. It appears to be a completely uncharted system, which makes me wonder how Lady Centrella knows where to find it. But it isn't my place to ask. Alright, sit down, buckle up, let's go. This is going to be a big trip.
Roger that, Commander. Course plotted.
Engines primed. All hands prepare for transition.
And hopefully you guys can see the jump a little bit better. The jump
Ready
is
to go
kind of
over
neat.
financials whenever you are.
Oh, great. Bills. Okay. And you can see here, adding Lyric did add to our monthly statement a little bit, and keeping the... Oh no, I sold it. I actually sold off during this. We had a Locust in reserve. It's a 20-ton battle mech, and at that point it's almost useless. So I sold it pretty much right off the bat to cut down the operating costs as far as I could. Salary still stinks. And right now my morale is dead center. I'm going to leave it there, just because we really can't afford to go too much farther. You can see how many months I could survive without any jobs right there. And 4 months is okay, but no thank you. The whole point's to turn a profit.
All hands, make ready
As
to
we
knock
pull up to the jump ship and dock on. Oh, great. Alright, extension. Banging noises draw you to the shared mech warrior barracks, where you find Glitch, thank you Glitch, disassembling one of the leopard's internal walls. There are already several panels neatly stacked beside her. She pauses, then explains. There's a few cubic meters of dead space back here. I'm making room so we can stretch out without hitting the bunks. As reasonable as this sounds, the banks aren't going to like you modifying their property. I can either order Glitch to put the walls back, or set aside the money to pay the fine. This one's kind of rough. If I pay the money, her morale will be okay. If I tell her to put it back where it is, the morale's going to suffer, and then we'll end up paying for it a little bit later. You know what? Let's put the wall... Well, hold on. No. The whole point's to be able to buy this thing back. It's going to be ours eventually. Let's go ahead and set aside some cash to pay the fine. Alright. You look Glitch in the eye. You know how the chain of command works. You have to clear changes like this before you start. She shrugs. Well, can I? You look over Glitch's work. It's cleanly done with no hazards. Take a break until I make a decision. During a chat with Darius, you compare the cost of the fines to the benefit for the mech warriors and decide it's worth it. Now, okay, I lose a little bit of cash here, but the morale for everybody, not just Glitch, increases by 1. So now we have that morale of 26, and it only cost us a little bit. It's not entirely what I would call worth it, but it is what it is. Typically, though, I tell them to put it back and just take the morale hit. But I like Glitch. If it were anybody but Glitch.
Disengaging from junction.
And what I like is Lyric is also similar to Glitch in that, as I'm getting to know Lyric, Lyric is kind of a jokester, and you guys will actually be following me on this drop. It's a story drop. We've arrived at Alloway, Commander, ready to proceed with our current contract. Proceed. Commander, I'm setting a course for Lady Centrella's jump ship. It's strange, though. This moon it's taking us to, Exilus, doesn't appear on any of my maps, which leads me to wonder, where exactly are we going, and how do they intend to get us there? Several hours later, uncharted space. That was one hell of a rough ride. My stomach is still doing somersaults. That's because those crazy bastards used a pirate point to get us here. If we'd suffered a misjump, a sour stomach would be the least of your concerns. The Leopard could have gotten irreparably mangled. Hell, we could have been irreparably mangled. The cautionary holovids they showed us at the Academy were stuff of nightmares. Okay, and then we've got my options here. When exactly did you realize what Centrella's jump ship crew was planning on doing? I'm sure they were, but we're fine. Save your concern for the job ahead. We're mercenaries. Our job carries an assumption of risk. Since Wheel Trouble's kind of based on my riding style, let's see. I'm sure they were, but we're fine. Save your concerns for the job ahead. No, we're mercs. Our job carries an assumption of risk. We're a little bit more badass than just, yeah, scary. You heard the commander. Stow the complaints, pay attention, we have a job to discuss. A grainy map of a barren moon fills your view screen. A section of the hollow image has been highlighted in white. The Argo's crash site is here, smack dab in the middle of a pirate stronghold. The ship, the stronghold, and everything about it belong to a self-styled bandit queen called Grim Sybil. Her gang is the closest thing that Exilus has to a ruling council. Grim Sybil? Is that supposed to be scary? It sounds like some kind of name you'd choose out of a hat. What do their defenses look like? They're patchy at best. I don't think the Exilus gets a lot of visitors. They have strong anti-air cover, but little in the way of ground-based defenses. I'm seeing a lot of vehicles, but battle mech activity looks light. Define light? What are we talking about exactly? What else do you have on Grim Sybil? Before today, I'd never heard of her. So the pirates have vehicles and turrets, maybe a few battle mechs. Got it, keep going. Okay, that's going to be my answer down here. The entire structure is surrounded by radar-guided anti-aircraft guns. Your first task will be to take down the radar towers so that Sumeyer can approach the derelict. After you've secured the crash site, she'll dock with the Argo and drop off the engineering team. And then they'll miraculously get a 200-year-old wreck flying again? Lady Centrella has bet a massive stack of C-bills that they will. For what it's worth, I believe that her chief engineer can pull this off. I've never heard of Dr. Farah Murad before Lady Centrella mentioned her, but I did some digging after our meeting. She was telling the truth. The doc has quite a reputation. Supposed to be some kind of frontier engineer wunderkind. Wunderkind. Wunderkind? Wunderkind. And a genius at bringing dead ships back to life. That's good enough for me. Let's do it. Glad to hear it, because it's going to have to be. Now that we're here, we're kind of committed to seeing this job through. I'll leave it to you, Wheel. Good hunting on the moon's surface. I'll be keeping an eye on you from here. Okay. I've got the best of my team ready. I've got the best of my mechs ready. And we're going to go ahead and deploy. And I'm actually going to end this episode right there. That's about a 20-25 minute episode, so it's a good length. And we'll actually do the combat round as episode 9. So first things first, let's go ahead, jump us down. Once we get to the train, we'll go ahead and... Wow, that's a long black screen. Okay. Destroy the radar towers, bring down Grimsible's anti-aircraft guns, that's the first thing. Proceed to Argo's crash site, that's the second thing. Defend against Grimsible's pirates while Dr. Murad's team restores power to the derelict. This mission's going to pay $1,152,000. We get 3 priority, 14 total. Self-appointed Bandit Queen has taken possession of the Argo, a derelict dropship, and a relic of the Star League era. We believe that it belongs to more suitable hands, namely ours.